Your shift starts with opening the database system, where each record is a file, and every file contains a unique number for processing. Arriving at the office, the first step is to badge in, initiating the daily routine of managing database entries and log. This badge logs every entry, connecting you to the database where files are indexed and records are maintained systematically. With access granted, you enter the office space, ready to log into the computer and open the database interface for review. The office is quiet, with the hum of computers as you make your way to your assigned desk to begin the database tasks. At your desk, you prepare to log in, knowing the screen will soon display database records that need careful checking and updating. The login screen is the gateway to the database, where you'll input credentials to access files and forms for the shift. Logging in, you authenticate into the system, a routine step that opens the database to rows of data awaiting your attention. Launching the database software, you initiate the process of opening records, each file linked to numbers that must be verified accurately. As the database loads, you anticipate the screen lighting up with entries, ready for the search and update phases of your shift. The database opens, displaying countless records. Each line is a file that requires cross-referencing with logs and forms for accuracy. This record is one of many, a file with numbers that must be checked against the account log to ensure no discrepancies exist. Scrolling through the database, you begin the search process, identifying records that need updates based on the latest form submissions. Opening a record reveals its full details, from account numbers to dates, which you must review before proceeding with any changes. The physical file complements the digital record, providing a backup that you cross-check to maintain database integrity and accuracy. Cross-referencing the screen with a paper form, you verify that all numbers align, a critical step in the database update routine. Noting the record ID, you document the check, preparing for the update phase where changes will be logged into the system. These notes serve as a temporary log, ensuring that no detail is missed before saving updates to the database entries. The supervisor's passing is a reminder of the oversight in the office, where database accuracy is monitored through routine checks and logs. Continuing to open records, you maintain the pace, knowing that each file processed brings you closer to completing the database tasks for the shift. This record, with ID number 0047, requires verification against the account log to confirm its accuracy and current status. The number 0047 is central to this file, a key identifier that must be cross-checked with forms and logs for consistency. Searching for number 0047 in the account log ensures that all related records are consistent and up-to-date in the system. Finding 3 entries with number 0047, you note the dates to identify any discrepancies that need updating in the database. Dates are crucial numbers that must align across all database records and physical files to maintain accuracy. After verifying number 0047, you move on, knowing that each number checked brings the database closer to being error-free. Record ID 0056 presents new numbers to verify, including a status code of 12 and an account number of 8890. Typing number 8890 into the system, you initiate the search process for this account's related records and logs. Your colleague's screen displays number 8890 as well, a reminder that numbers are shared across the database for consistency check. With record 0056 verified, you prepare to transition to the search phase, where more numbers will be scrutinized closely. Entering the search phase, where database records are cross-referenced with numbers and logs for accuracy and updates. Starting the search with numbers 0100 to 0200, you aim to review 100 records in this batch for necessary updates. Across the office, screens light up with numbers, each representing a record that needs attention in the search routine. The search yields record numbers 0150 and 0175, which you will now examine closely for any required changes or notes. Record number 0150 contains dates and status numbers that must be checked against the latest form submissions and logs. The form sheet provides the reference numbers that validate the data in record 0150, ensuring no errors in the database. Comparing numbers side by side, you verify that every digit matches, a critical step in the database search process. The supervisor reviews the numbers, adding a check mark to the log, indicating that the search is proceeding correctly. This checklist, filled with numbers and marks, tracks the progress of the search through the database records systematically. Continuing with record number 0175, you repeat the number verification, maintaining the rhythm of the search routine. The numbers on the form for record 0175 must match exactly with the database to avoid any discrepancies in the search process. Forms on the desk hold the key numbers that guide the entire database search, ensuring every record is accurate and up to date. With record 0175 verified, you proceed to number 0180, continuing the systematic search through the database records for updates. Record number 0180 has status 5 but lacks a date, requiring a cross-reference with the form to complete the search entry accurately. The form provides the missing date, June 10th, 2023, for record 0180, which you now update in the database to maintain consistency. Your colleague shares a file containing numbers for records 0190 to 0200, expanding your search batch for thorough verification today. This list of numbers from 0190 to 0200 represents the next set of records that need attention in the search routine. By entering numbers 0190 to 0200, you initiate the search for these records, each requiring number verification against forms. Record number 0190 displays status 2 and date April 5th, 2023, which you will now check against the available forms on the desk. The form for record 0190 has a smudged number, requiring careful examination to ensure accurate database entry and avoid errors. After using the magnifier, you confirm the number is status 2, ensuring the database record is correct and up to date. Record number 0195 contains account number 44567 and date July 20th, 2023. Adding complexity to the search verification process. Time passes in the office as the search continues, with every number checked contributing to the database's overall accuracy and reliability. To verify account number 44567, you check the physical logbook, ensuring it matches the database record for consistency. The logbook confirms account number 44567, so you mark it, completing the verification for record 0195 successfully. Record number 0200 is the final one in this search batch, already verified with green check marks indicating readiness for updates. The summary screen displays all numbers from 0150 to 0200 as checked, marking the completion of this search segment efficiently. The supervisor reviews the check numbers and signs off on the digital log, approving the search results for the database. With the search saved and logged, you organize the desk, getting ready for the update phase with the verified numbers in order. As the shift continues, the search phase concludes and you prepare to move on to updating the database with the numbers verified. The search report confirms all numbers from 0150 to 0200 are verified, ready for the update phase to begin. Each number on the form represents a data point that must be accurately updated in the database system. Starting the update process, you open record 0150 to modify its status based on the verified search results. You update the status of record 0150 to completed, ensuring the database reflects the current state accurately. Across the office, numbers are being updated systematically, maintaining the database's integrity and flow. The update phase begins, where verified numbers are entered and saved into the database. For record 0155, you check the form for additional numbers that need to be entered into the database fields. Inputting account number 33890, you verify it twice to prevent any discrepancies in the database entry. Archived files with numbers serve as backups, ensuring that all database updates are traceable and secure. A colleague provides a correction for record 0160, updating the status to number 3 based on new information. You save the update for record 0160, logging the change to maintain a complete history of database modifications. For record 0165, the form has a missing number, so you consult the reference book to find the correct data. Time progresses as the update phase continues, with each number entry contributing to the database's accuracy and completeness. After finding the number in the reference book, you enter it for record 0165, completing the update for this entry. Reviewing the update progress, you see numbers 0150 to 0170, all updated and ready for final verification. The supervisor approves the updates for records 0150 to 0170, ensuring all numbers are correctly entered and logged. The log sheet records every number update, providing a physical trail of the database changes made during the shift. Saving the updates, you prepare to continue with the next batch, records 0171 to 0200, maintaining the routine. Beginning with record 0171, you check the form for any new numbers that require updating in the database. For record 0171, you update the date to August 15th, 2023, following the information on the form to keep the database current. You verify the account number 45231 for record 0172 against the form, ensuring accuracy before updating the database entry. After verification, you enter the account number 45231 for record 0172, keeping the database aligned with the form data. Completed forms accumulate, each with a unique number that has been processed and updated in the system. In record 0173, there is a mismatch in the status number, requiring correction to maintain database accuracy and consistency. You correct the status to number 3 for record 0173, updating the entry to reflect the correct information from the form. Moving to record 0174, you review the form for updates, checking each number field for changes or necessary corrections. The logbook tracks every number update, providing a manual record of database changes made during the office shift. For record 0174, you enter the date August 16, 2023, following the form to keep the database current and accurate. For record 0175, you need to find the correct code number, so you check the reference sheet for precise verification. After finding code 78910, you input it for record 0175, completing the update for this specific database entry. The office monitors show a grid of updated records, numbers 0171 to 0180, indicating progress in the database routine. The supervisor briefly reviews the updates for records 0171 to 0180, confirming that all numbers are correctly processed. For record 0176, you note to check the status number 4 as indicated on the form for further verification. You verify and update status 4 for record 0176, ensuring the database reflects the correct number from the form. Reviewing records 0177 to 0180, you check each one for final updates before saving the entire batch of numbers. You save all updates for records 0171 to 0180, finalizing the changes made during this part of the shift. Preparing to log the updates, you open the log interface to record the changes for database accountability. You log the update summary, including numbers 0171 to 0180 and their corresponding dates in the system log. As time passes, you ensure that the log entry is complete and accurate for the updated batch of records. With the updates saved and logged, you conclude this phase, ready for the final logging routine of the shift. Now you enter the log phase to document all updates and compile the final report for the shift accountability. Double-checking the log entry, you ensure records 0171 to 0180 are accurately logged with their specific numbers and dates. The log file presents a systematic list of entries, each tagged with a record number for precise database traceability. Preparing for additional records, you create a new log section to continue the documentation process efficiently. A colleague inquires about the log progress, and you display the completed entries for quick verification together. You compile the report summary by extracting key details from the log for submission at the end of the shift. Verifying the report draft, you cross-reference each point with the log entries to ensure complete accuracy. The printed report sheet shows the log numbers and dates, ready for final review before submission. Finalizing the log, you add a timestamp and your identifier, then save it to complete the documentation phase. The supervisor reviews the final log entry, confirms its accuracy, and approves it for shift closure. Adjusting the log based on feedback, you correct a small detail to maintain database integrity and precision. The office clock indicates time passing as the monitors show the logged entries ready for shift end. Saving the corrected log, you submit the final report via the database system, finalizing all shift documentation. Closing the database windows, you confirm that the log and report are submitted, preparing to end the shift. The office monitors are mostly dark, with one screen displaying a log complete message indicating shift finish. Logging out of the database system, you secure the session and ready the workstation for the next cycle. Organizing papers and notes into a folder, you tidy the desk and prepare to leave after the shift routine. Standing up, you stretch and observe the quiet office hallway, signaling the end of the database shift. Walking to the door, you pass by empty desks with files and forms ready for the next shift's routine. Exiting the office, the door closes, and the database system remains active, ready for the next cycle to begin.